Breaking the deadlines already. Yeah. Hey guys, so it is Friday, which means Thursday's come and gone, which means I suck, and it also means I'm human, and it also means that this is a new thing, and I'm gonna stop here because I already feel annoying, so let's wrap it up. But actually, it all kind of goes back to the theme of my video this week, which is deadlines, which I've been under a hell of a lot of this week. And I guess this video is about how to make it through alive, which I have, thankfully. Otherwise this video wouldn't be going up at all. First thing on this checklist is asking for help and not being afraid to ask for help. I know I'm a superwoman, and I know that you are too, or Superman, or whatever, but it's so much easier to get something done, especially if it's like the last minute when you have people to help you. I know that not every team is perfect, and I know there will always be a slacker, but I also know that there's always somebody else in your office, in your school, whatever, who's just as determined as you are and will do anything in their power to help, because we've all been in this position. And I know when my friends are there, I'm always the first to go and try and help out, because I know how much it sucks to be under the gun in that way. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Next up, just as important, get your caffeine fix, but don't go overboard with it. I get into the really terrible habit of drinking like a million cups of coffee in the morning, and then I'm crashing by 9 o'clock, which is actually my most productive time frame, but I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, try and cool it. If you have like a latte in the morning, maybe do a shot of espresso or something mid-afternoon, and then tea from there on out. It'll make you last a lot longer than chugging down like 5 million cups of coffee in the morning, unless it is just a really short shot fire task that you have to do. So, I mean, you know your body, but don't go overly crazy with the stuff, because you're gonna need to get through a really long day, presumably. It's common sense, but yeah, we all need to hear that once in a while. The third, and I guess the most important in so many ways, is making a schedule that works for you. I do not care if happy, productive people wake up at 6 a.m. and get going from that point, because let's be honest, that doesn't work for everybody. I've been doing creative freelance work since I was about 15, if not a little bit earlier, and the one thing I found was I had the best intentions with my deadlines to wake up early and get to work, and I would wake up really early to start work, but I wouldn't actually start any work until about 3 in the afternoon. So I mean, obviously you can't always have that luxury, and sometimes you just do have to bust it out. But if you have any control over that, you have to think about when you work best and then make other important, crucial pieces of the puzzle fit around that. So if you know you work best at night, and let's say it's something crazy at like 3 to 7 a.m. you like to work, that's when you're most productive. I don't know, it's crazy, but I'm sure it works for somebody. Then you want to be sleeping from 9 to 3 or something like that, because you need to fit in that sleep. You can't watch Netflix until 3 a.m. and then go, oh right, yeah, I'm gonna get work done. That's just not gonna work. You need to still have the fundamentals of a healthy work habit in there. You still need to get in some sleep, you need to be getting in some food, you need to be getting in a little bit of time with your family or with your significant other, whatever. You need to fit all of these things in around your most productive hours, so then when those hours do come around, you can focus entirely and you don't have to worry about anything as much. We'll still all worry, but you know, relaxed as possible is kind of what we're going for here. And that's the fourth thing, just even when things are going upside down and you have 2 hours to put together a deck, like I did at least 5 times in the last week, that was fun, you gotta make the time to kind of just go. One of my favorite and easiest things to do is to light a candle. I realize how beauty bloggery that sounds, and I'm not one, as we discussed last time, but yeah, it's just, there's something really calming about having some candles lit, but just as much a scotch, and just as much having some relaxing music in the background. Do whatever works for you, but just kind of find a way to take a deep breath in the middle of all the chaos, because you're gonna need it, and it's actually gonna improve the quality of your work overall. The fifth thing, before I sound way too preachy, is just to really think about, before you actually make an agreement with your client or whatever, the quality of work that you want to produce and that is expected of you, and then when it comes to the quantity of work that you can promise, really think about that. So I guess I'm just saying, don't spread yourself too thin. It's way better to come up with 5 executions that are beautiful and well thought out and extremely well crafted than it is to have 20 rough ideas, if you're in that stage of the campaign, well, not campaign really, in that stage of the production or whatever. So you just really have to think about what's important right now. Is it important to do a brainstorm of 100 ideas and have that ready in 2 days? Or is it important to start thinking about the refinement of it? And that's where you're going to really kind of set the goals, expectations, and timetables for this piece of the project. It sounds very A-type personality, even though I'm not one. And that will save you a lot of grief in the long run. It's literally taken me years and years to understand that, learn it, and more so apply it. So it's not something that happens overnight, but if I can at all help you along with that process, especially if you're a little bit younger, oh my god, I'm so happy to, because nobody really taught me that. And maybe it's something that you just need to learn for yourself. And I'm sorry, because it really is a huge shit show until you kind of get it under control. I can't talk, I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, please learn from my mistakes, please. Not that anybody ever does. It's kind of like relationship advice. We all say we'll take it. Like if your best friend tells you, listen, that guy's no good for you, break up with him. Do we have the time? Do we? But that's a whole other video. I'll save that for another time. Anyway, I'm gonna go, so links below, subscribe if you like what you're seeing here, and you're actually getting another video tomorrow because I feel really shitty about not making one Thursday. So yeah, I'll talk to you really, really soon.